It is Monday, August 24th, and that means Wing Chun class. For most of this month, I've been getting to 2 Wing Chun classes a week. Today, work started back up, so I will probably not be able to consistently go to 2 classes a week anymore. What that means is it is extra important that I make sure to practice at home now. This class was pretty good. We kept building on stuff from previous classes. We didn't do too much. We focused on just a couple things, which, especially for Wing Chun, I think is very, very important. I like to think that I'm not terrible at JKD, so if we do a bunch of stuff in JKD class, it's not too detrimental because I feel like I can pick it up better. But Wing Chun, I'm much worse at. So doing too much in class, like I've mentioned before, I get overwhelmed a lot. So I definitely like the classes where we focus on just a couple things. So in this class, we did some more of the turning, like we'd done in previous classes. So from the stance, like we did before, you just turn one way, and then back to the center, and then the other way, and then back to the center. I've been turning on my toes, not my heels, which seems to keep my distancing better. Rotating on the toe keeps my my stance closer to what it's supposed to be like, versus rotating on my heel, which makes it a little big. Maybe it's supposed to be a little mid-foot, but I've found some success rotating on the toe, so I'm going to keep rotating on the toe for the time being. Until someone yells at me and tells me I'm doing it wrong, or I find something that works better, I guess. But so far the toe seems to be working pretty good. But I'm still having a little bit of trouble with my head. When I do it, I kind of want to turn my head with my body, but I'm not supposed to turn my head with my body. I'm supposed to keep my head looking forward. Because the turn is a defense to an attack coming from the front. So if I turn my head, then I'm not looking at my opponent anymore. My opponent's over here, but I'm looking this way. So one of the things I definitely need to focus on when I'm doing this is keeping my head forward where the opponent is. It's easier when it's done as a partner drill because your partner is there, so you can make sure you look at them. So I just kind of got to transfer that to when I'm practicing it by myself to get better at it. From there, we turned it into a partner drill. Partner drill was same rotation, but use a tong shou, tan sao, and punch. Same rotation, block, punch. Our partner was in front of us, and they were coming in, throwing a straight punch, and we just blocked it and punched. From there, we added a pak da. So we were in the tong da, and then we stepped forward. We did a pak sao on that same hand that we blocked with the tan sao to sort of trap it, and then did a punch. So rotate, block, punch, step in, block that same hand as a trap, and punch. At least I think it's a trap. That's sort of my interpretation of it. When you put that pak sao in, they can't really move it anymore. Then from there, we added sort of a sweep, but not a less push and more pull, like a pulling sweep. Because from that pak da, we were close to the opponent. Our foot was near them. We could just sort of hook it, and then as we went back, pull it with us. It didn't knock them over, but it sort of like threw them off balance. So then the whole combo together was tan da, step in pak da, and then go back, pull their foot, and do some punches. I really liked that combo. There wasn't too much new stuff in it, except for that sort of like shuffle back pull. Everything else we'd done before, that rotation, tan da, pak da. So we were taking stuff we'd already done and sort of putting it together in new ways, I guess. That kept me from getting too overwhelmed. It was good practice for old stuff, seeing how we can use it in new ways. Overall, exactly what I like to happen when I go to Wing Chun class. Seeing that old stuff, practicing it a bunch, getting a little better at it. Alright, after missing class last Friday, I am back to Wing Chun this Friday. In addition, I think that this week the head instructor is teaching. I haven't met him before, so this should be pretty cool. So this class, the instructor taught. This was the first time that I'd actually met the main head instructor. I think he normally teaches out of Guangzhou. I think his main school is there. So he's not in Shenzhen all that often. But he was here for this class, and there were a ton of people there. I liked him. He was pretty cool. He was nice. He was amiable. He also spoke some English, so he could explain some things a little easier to me than the other instructors, because my Chinese isn't good and they don't speak English. So that was definitely a benefit of this class, being able to pick up some extra stuff, being told like if my stance was wrong or my punch wasn't quite right, what specifically I was doing wrong, and being able to understand it, definitely understand it, versus thinking that I maybe understand it, but not quite sure. That being said, the head instructor definitely taught the class a lot like Da Shi Xiong does on Fridays normally, where we just cover a ton of stuff, kind of rapid fire, but maybe even worse than normal. Like seriously, we covered so much stuff. Honestly, I already don't remember most of it because we just went through things at such a rapid clip. Some pieces of some of the things that we did include, we did a pak da and to a straight punch, and then the other person threw a hook punch after, so the attack was like straight punch, hook punch. So we did pak da, and then we did tan sao to the hook punch, and then I think there was a punch with it, and then we came into the body and then like took the head as a sweep, and then I think there was a different sweep, like if they resisted that one we could do like a second sweep, but I honestly can't remember. Then we did some defenses that were just straight from a hook punch. I think it was like hook punch, straight punch, and they started with the same defense as the other hook punch with tan da, but then I'm pretty sure we somehow got behind them on the straight punch, but I don't remember how. And then the other one, I remember had like a trap, and then like an uppercut really close to the body, and then we somehow came around and like there was a knee and like an elbow to the back, but I don't remember how to get there. I remember thinking it was super cool when we did it in class, but I can't get back. So all in all, kind of a mixed bag of a class. On the one hand, meeting the head instructor, the main instructor, was pretty cool. I liked him a lot. But on the other hand, I really didn't learn all that much because we just went through stuff too fast. There definitely seems to be two different kinds of Wing Chun classes that I'm experiencing. The classes generally on Monday, where we only do a couple things, so we get to spend a lot of time focusing on those things, and I can remember them, I can practice them on my own, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. And then classes where we do a lot more, which often seem to be on Friday, where we just do a whole bunch of stuff, and most of it I can't remember because there's just too much, or it's assuming knowledge that I haven't learned yet. It's more advanced stuff that I don't have the building blocks for yet. I usually pick up one or two things from those Friday classes though, so they're not like a complete waste of time or anything. I am picking some stuff up, I am learning something, just not as much as I'd like, and maybe not as much as on Monday. So far, Monday's definitely my favorite kind of class. Had a bit of an audience for that. Family came up to like enjoy the weather and get their laundry and stuff, and they were a little interested in why there was a random foreign guy filming himself doing martial arts on the roof. The daughter in particular was just, what is this man doing?